How's it everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're back in Scattered Island and I have been bungling things up like it's nobody's business. I think this is my fifth attempt at starting this video because every time I keep coming in, something keeps getting messed up. The game glitches out on me and then I have to restart all over again. I'm really hoping this is fifth time lucky because otherwise I'm probably gonna miss a video coming out. But anyways, let's put that aside. Everybody, welcome back. We're staring down at Core Point right here with the city all the way in the background. And I thought I'll start today's video by addressing these farms that keep getting abandoned. And in the last video, I raised this as an issue and asked if anybody knows what's happening. And I got a couple of comments that suggested that these might, or it's very likely that because this area is not arable land, these will keep getting abandoned. And since what I'm going for in this area is more the aesthetics than the functionality, perhaps I can replace these with the animal farms instead of the vegetable ones. And that should allow it to be able to stay intact, which I think is a brilliant idea. So we're going to start off by getting rid of these 4 abandoned farms and we're going to replace them with the livestock ones, and hopefully that will give us the look that we want without it getting abandoned. Let's get that down quickly. Right, so that's that. We've got these in, and I noticed that quite a lot of these people complained when I plonked this down, or these 2 down. I hope that does not make this place any less conducive to residential areas, which it doesn't, so that is good. I don't expect them to abandon any of this. Alrighty, we've got our look back. It still looks almost the same, except here I realized that I messed it up. So let me just quickly grab that and pull it over there. And that should cover up the, I don't understand why this is not covering just that tiny little area, but you know what? It is what it is. That's this game for you. Cool. Core Point is done. I think we can move on now to the order of the day. All right, onwards to the agenda of the day. So today I want to tackle the harbor. Finally, I think I've been putting this off for quite a while now, so I want to try and get this in, let it sit nestled between the main city here and the soon to be second city over on that island over there, or that extension of land, whatever it is. And what I want to do is that I want to start off by terraforming the living daylights out of this space and see if we can get a couple of keys in that will form the outline of this border. I want to try and get at least 1 cargo port in, and then we'll shape up the rest of the area with industry and a whole bunch of, well, these 2 unique buildings that we have over here, and whatever else I can stick in here that will make the place look as nice as possible. I mentioned earlier that I have been going at this thing for quite a few times, and the water physics is what always glitches out on me. And if it glitches out on me again, then you know what, I'm gonna jump into mods and get that mod that allows you to easily create keys wherever you want. But for now, we're still going vanilla. Let's see how far we can get. We're gonna clear out a lot of this space in order to redo all of this area. Probably going to move the cargo depot from here, and I also want to make space to be able to squeeze in a passenger train terminal somewhere around here. So there's going to be a lot of reworking done all across this place. Let me pause the game because I am about to go bananas on these industries. So yeah, without further ado, let's get cracking. Okay, so you can see this glitching effect once again. It just does not register that this should be land, or this was land, and the water must disappear. It's just not happening. Even if I save and exit, it is not happening. So you know what? I am done. I'm going to save the game at this point. I'm going to jump out. I'm going to enable mods. I'm going to get that mod that allows me to easily create keys, and I'll be back to continue. And we are back. 20 minutes later, probably 10 or 15 of those were spent watching videos. Shout out to Across. I followed a tip that he put out in one of his videos on how to get the mods installed. So awesome stuff. Thank you. It was really quick, really easy. I've gone ahead, I've got the mods installed. I've now got the extended road upgrades mod. I believe that's what it's called. Now we've got keys that we can put whenever we want, including elevated stuff. I am happy. Let's just give that a test. So if I want to put a key this side, I simply click, I have my keys. I am happy. You know what? I tried to go vanilla. I really did. But at some point when the game is glitching out and it's not recognizing that the water is, or at least there shouldn't be water here, then I think I was at my wit's end with this thing. So now I can get keys in nice and easy. And oh, I love it. I am super happy. Cool. So we've got a bit of a thing going. As I look at it, I don't even know if I like it anymore. But gosh, I don't know. I don't know. You know what? What I'm doing here right now, I think the harbor is a bit bigger than what I actually need for the city. And it's probably why it's sticking out like this for me. So what I want to do is I want to get rid of that. I think that was a bit too much. And then I'll end it off here. We'll create a little hill here, which will, well, there's a hill here already. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to over amplify it and let it be a nice big one. And the idea is that we have this harbor nestled in just behind the hill, and then we'll connect everything else up once everything is done. Cool. We've got this in. I am happy. Let's continue with our development. Alright, so we've got a small port going. Nothing too hectic, nothing too out of this world. I actually don't know why I've been running the game this whole time. It's supposed to be paused. Oh, I think it's because I wanted to get the water in. Anyways, so everything is in. We've got a shape going. I don't believe this is going to be the final shape, not by any stretch of the imagination. I do want to put off like maybe little piers or something like that along this place. But for now, what I want to do is I want to get a shipping path in, or at least the path for the ships, and then we're gonna lay out this place and connect up the roads and everything and make sure that everything is functional. And once that is confirmed, we will then build out the entire area. All right, let's do some more terraforming. Actually, no, before we do that, I need to get a couple of tiles, because what I want to do is I'm going to terraform quite a bit of a waterway through this area. I'm going to split off a small island off of this mainland, and then I'm going to connect it out, I think, around over here. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about that, but you know what? It is what it is. So let's grab, I think if I can get all of these tiles here, this will give me a nice way out in that direction. I don't think I'll be terraforming anything there, but you know what, let's get that one as well, and then that will give me a way all the way out in that direction. I think these should be fine. I'm definitely going to build on these, so I might as well just grab everything there. All right, purchase all of that. We are good over there. And then over here, oh goodness me, that thing always confuses me. Over here, I'm going to get rid of this chappy. So this chappy currently, he brings in electricity from here. I'm worried if I get rid of this one, I might create a bottleneck somewhere else, but it's fine. If anything, I can just run one across here and have another one over there. So let's get rid of you. Of course, everybody's unhappy. They're always unhappy. Getting rid of all of that. So we still got our main power line connected. Get rid of this bridge, which I have been wanting to do for a while now. And if I come down here, it's just going to get rid of this road. And then we'll figure out a way to just blend all of that in. All right, let's terraform and let's get the ship route in. All right, we've got the ship route in. It's a nice narrow corridor that the ships navigate, which is good. I like that. I always wanted it to be nice and narrow. And then now that I know where the ship path goes, I'm thinking maybe we can extend maybe this out a little bit further. A nice narrow one that comes all the way this side, and maybe bend something off of here or something along the lines of it. But let's clean this place up. Let's see what we can get in, and then we'll continue from there. right, let's take stock of where we are at. So I had been trying different ways to working the passenger terminal. I had stuck it in here somewhere at some point, decided now I don't know how much of the footage I'm going to leave in, how much I'm going to cut out. So I'm just going to talk through what I had tried. I had tried to put this right next to it over here. It didn't really work out. I tried to put it here. The landscape here was ridiculous. Things were like way too high. And as a result, something is bugged out and I've got this thing that's left here that I can't seem to delete, and I have no idea how to get rid of that. That's something I'm gonna have to worry about later. But anyway, in the end, I decided to put it here and run the rail line as a long circular thingamablob that comes over here and will then connect up to the main line. And the cool thing is, as I'm here, what we'll do is we'll branch off of this and then join this one, and that's how we'll connect up everything to the town or the city that we're going to build here. So this city or this town will have a line that terminates here. There will be one that starts from here as well, turns all the way around and goes to the main city. And if I do develop another city out in that area, we'll have another line that will connect out going here. So this place will act as some kind of a what's the word, a hub, where these three cities will meet up and you'll jump off, get on another one, and that will then take you off to the main city. So that's where we are at the moment. I've got the farmer down. I'm going to put in 1 or 2 more unique buildings around here, and then we're going to start zoning in all of this area. But for now, I think the major infrastructure is done, and the main thing was the cargo harbor. What? The cargo harbor. I don't know what I'm saying. The cargo harbor and the cargo terminal that I wanted to relocate here. I know I can upgrade this to have its own railway connection, but I didn't want to utilize that. I wanted to rather make use of this. But one of the things that I do want to do is a couple of additional upgrades, like the warehouse for more storage, and we can upgrade that as well to have a little bit of what are these things called? Cargo cranes. There we go. So we've got the 2 in, we've got everything looking good. At some point, I might expand it and include another one either further that way or somewhere around here. But for now, I want to keep this industrial port fairly compact. So I'm thinking we'll raise up a little hill around here and maybe over here as well. And then all of this is going to be mainly industry and unique buildings, and I think this is what we're going to start tackling next. All right, so to kick things off, I want to unlock a few things quickly. I want to jump into the garbage management and unlock the industrial waste processing. I think there's a building that I want to use. And then I also want to unlock the airport, because I'm starting to think that, you know what, let's unlock the subway as well. We'll see whether we're going to use that or not. I'm thinking with all of this now set up, this gives me the ability to easily extend the railway network to this area, which will allow me to plonk a big airport here that connects up every single thing. So I think the airport is something that we'll be looking into very, very soon. Let me know if you think the city is big enough for an airport yet. But yeah, I think that's something that I want to plonk in. Now that we've got the industrial waste processing, there it is. I was thinking of squeezing it right. Oh, that's a snugly fit. That is perfect. Great stuff. But I don't have any upgrade capabilities on it, so that's all right. I'm not going to complain too much. Next thing I wanted to do is that I want to remove, I want to cut this road off over here the way it is. So I was thinking of putting a road right here that cuts across, and then I can get rid of this. And then once I do that, I think I can then go ahead and terraform this away, and it should look decent. It's a bit of a floater, but you know what, it's fine. I'll figure out something to put there at some point in the future. This means that over here we can put like parking or something, and then What else did I want to put here? I wanted to plonk something. There's other unique buildings. Yes, there we go. This big one, the fuel plant. Right, so what it's called, fuel plant. Yes, I wanted to plonk that right there. So I love the way these buildings make the whole industrial area look. I think it makes it come alive quite a lot. And like all other unique buildings, it doesn't have any upgrades, so that is fine. Then one more thing I think we can get down here is the emergency battery station. I think this is a nice one to have. I know this has got a few upgrades. It's got the diesel generator. Can I squeeze that in here? Oh, what a perfect fit. Ha, you would think I planned this. Boom. We've got those in over there, and additional battery banks. Oh, we can only upgrade it once. Oh, that's sad. But it's fine. We'll take it. In the end, I think this looks all right. This looks nice. We've got buildings that shape up the entire area. These big buildings really do add a lot to it. And then the last thing is I think we can connect up the power line from this chappy all the way down. Let's get you nice 90 degrees, connect you up to there, and you should hopefully start charging once we unpause the game. All right, so this is looking really, really nice. I like the way all of this is shaping up. What we're now going to do is we're going to try and zone in a lot of this area with industry, office, and any other unique buildings that I think might fit in here nicely. Or maybe before we do that, let me get a ship route in so that is done once and for all. Where are we? C, cargo, and I should be able to connect these up. And then we are good. Where is it? There it is, over there. Come all the way back down. All right, so those are in. And then once we unpause the game, we should start seeing cargo coming in. And then I'll start zoning up this entire place. This area needs to get as massive zoning because, what are we? Here we go. We are very, very high on unemployment rate at the moment, and that is not cool. You know what? Before I move on, because I think I'm going to jump into a lot of building, I want to get rid of some of these. What is this? This is the bus line. So we're going to get rid of that. This is the cargo line. We're going to get rid of that because I don't like all of those icons. Cool. So everything is shaped up. It's in place. What's left now is for us to get zoning. Alrighty, let's take stock of where we are at. So we've got a lot of industry mainly along this pier. I'm trying to mix up the big and office, or big industry and big office, whilst at the same time I'm starting to try to play around with the smaller lot ones to see how they fit in, because they generate less smoke, so that is all right. I'm not sure if I'm happy with these ones generating as much smoke as they are over here, but I think I'm going to leave them for now as we shape things up and see how things go. I want to sprinkle in 1 or 2 of these slightly higher office buildings. I think they add a bit of life to the area. And then around here, we're going to have a little bit more commercial and stuff, because I want this road to probably go out in that direction somewhere. But what I do want to also do is I want to connect this up to the highway over here to alleviate this traffic that is starting to build up, which is to be expected. So I'm not even stressing about that just yet. And I'm actually considering a highway that comes in over here, and it's elevated. So I'll keep it elevated the entire way. It comes over and it sort of makes its way down to this area and connects up in some kind of funky way over here to provide very quick and easy access off of here in that direction. Maybe even use it to come across. I'm also thinking of getting rid of this road, because I'm thinking this might be a bit unnecessary now, and this will allow me to do just a little bit of development here and also maintain some green spaces between all of these areas. I don't think I'm going to get around to all of that in this video. So what I want to do, or what I'm thinking of doing next, is develop out this area just a little bit more so that we have industry to kill off this unemployment and hopefully start building up demand in our medium and high density again. And then we'll probably call it quits for that, well, for the video. And then in the next one, we'll work the road networks in and starts trying to alleviate a little bit of this stuff. What is this? I think this is a lack of goods, right? Yeah, high resource cost. That's fine. That's probably because none of these are producing yet. But yeah, for now, the place is shaping up. I think the mix of the nice big buildings and zoned industry is coming out fairly nicely. All right, we have a glorious disaster. Oh man, this is getting crazier and crazier by the build. I don't know what in the world I'm doing here, but here's the idea, here's the thinking. So this railway line was here, right? And this road also already existed. Now they needed to find a way to hook up all of this, and they didn't want to redo too much. So instead, they created some funky loop to get the tracks back on here. And over here, because of how narrow of a space this is, and the fact that they already had this road that's connecting here, or they were going to build this road that's connecting here, they decided to do a loop around that brings things over here. That allows those that get on from here the ability to cross over and go there, and those coming straight to also go and cross over and go there. I love it. So I was looking at this, right, and I see the road comes down quite a lot. I think it will make sense rather to have a tunnel that goes underneath this and comes out the other side. As much as I love seeing all the roads flying about, I think given that the highway here is a little bit elevated, going under will probably make more sense than going over. So let's just convert this into a tunnel, and then we'll unpause and have things run and see how it's all flowing. All right, how's that fitting? Okay, that's a lot better. Nice and smooth going down. And then I think all we need to now do is to smooth out the edges along here, and we should be all right. It will make sense that there's a slight embankment here, I think. Oh gosh. You know what? I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm done with this game. What in the world? Come on, guys. Come on. Really? So just because this starts off by going down, it's going to glitch out on me. Okay, let's try this again. So let's grab that road height. Let's make you that height. And then grab that point and then smooth it down to there. Now let's try that again. And hopefully this time I should have something that looks decent. Yay! Oh, finally it gives something back. All right, cool, great, we are done. I think that works out. This is the first tunnel I have built in this game. I am happy with that. I think that connects up nicely. We get it coming in. I've got this really ugly one here that's happening over there. That works. This goes in and connects over there. And I think this will provide a nice alternate route for trucks to use. Let's unpause. Let's that run for a little bit. And hopefully the cars... Oh man, this is an absolute nightmare disaster that is going on here. Absolute nightmare disaster. It's like roads were just added on top of roads without any plan whatsoever being made. Oh, you've gotta love it. Alrighty, so lots of cars have started using this little off-ramp interchange that I've built there, which is nice. And they're starting to use that to access the cargo harbor, right? Yes, which means now cars can access it from this side and that side, and that should hopefully alleviate a little bit of the traffic over there. Not entirely, but it should do something. All right, so what I want to do is I want to just expand out the industry a little bit more. What I want to actually do is to get rid of this, and I think I'm going to rather convert this into an underground line because, you know, why not? I think it will free me up to do more of what I want to do. And also I want to put another one of these somewhere around here because I think this building looks quite nice, and I don't want to keep having too many of these tiny little buildings all over the place. Oh, just another small side note. I got developer mode just so that I can control the climate. Okay, that's it. Let's move on. Alrighty, let's expand out this place, a little bit of road networks, and let's expand the industry into this space just a little bit. All right, so let's take stock. So I've filled this entire place with a lot of industry. I'm not a fan of how they look once they all clunk together there. I would really love some bigger buildings to break things up, you know, buildings like this from time to time, but I've got to work with what I've got. And if at some point we get bigger looking buildings and stuff, we'll come and probably redo the area. But what I'm trying to do right now is to get my industry back up and running, because as you can see, I've got high resource costs pretty much across the whole city. I'm guessing it's because everything is being imported, but you know what? I mean, what do I know? I've got the production stuff that I need to sort out. I know there's a massive deficit in my production. So this is something that I plan on sorting out in upcoming videos, because we don't have a lot of the production stuff in place, like your farming, your animal farms, your what you call it. I don't have a lot of that. So this is something that I want to address in an upcoming video. But for now, I think the bare bones of the port is in place, and I'm considering whether I should put some residential development around here to feed this industry. But as it stands, my unemployment rate has gone down quite a bit, so that is good. What I don't want to do is to keep developing this place the way it's developing out. I need to break it up with something else in this space, and I'm not quite sure what that something should be. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to convert the vast majority of this area into like a little hill. Oh, I've got this power line that's running. You know, this power line is just such a nuisance. It's such a nuisance. Like, I want to do something and I remember, snap, I've got that there. But anyway, you know what? Let's just make this a little bit hilly, and then we'll probably call it a day. Okay, let's see. Honestly, I'm doing this just so that we have some kind of a backdrop with the cinematics and it doesn't just look like plain old empty space. But I figured as the industrial demand continues to rise across the city, we'll continue to expand it out into this area. Let me just plonk down a few more areas just to fill out the space, just so that it doesn't look so abrupt of an ending, and then we will call it quits. Right, so I'm trying to die things off away from the main industrial complex, and that's why you're starting to see a little more green starting to make its way in, as compared to these areas which are just hardcore dark, not dark, man, gray concrete all over the place. Over here we start to taper that off, and I'm going to continue that same sort of logic as we go out in this direction. I think I'll keep this hill here, but I'll keep it small the way it is right now, and then I'll taper it down and probably branch off with a little more development here. I think as the industrial demand continues, or every time we build, what I'll do is I'll expand a little bit on the industry and then have it meet up with the airport over here, and maybe blend it out into farmlands over here as it goes into the town on that side. But otherwise, everybody, I think we've done something today. We've got, at the very least, the bare bones of the harbor in, and from this point on, we have an idea of what the space is going to look like, and then we'll start, I don't know, modifying it and changing it as time goes along. I'm definitely open to your suggestions and stuff on how we can improve the look of this place. The resource prices are still quite expensive, but I'm hoping that once the industry kicks in, that will help alleviate a lot of that stuff. Okay, cool. We are going down in unemployment and jobs are going up. What I don't know is how to control what gets produced and what doesn't, and how long it will take before these chappies stop complaining about the high cost of resources. But what I will do is, at the very least, now that I have this industrial corridor set up, we can start expanding on it as time goes along. And I'm hoping the next video we can develop out this area and maybe a little bit of this area and just extend out the industry quite a bit. I think it's going to look really nice once we see this huge industrial complex that sits between these two cities. I think that is going to, I don't know, I think it will look good. And I love the fact that the hills are still here covering everything up nicely, so that is good. I know I haven't connected up the cargo terminal yet. I'm just holding off on that for a little bit because I want to see how the traffic is going to flow, and I need to work out how I'm going to connect up this area to the highway over on this side. Maybe coming over the top, but not with what I want to build here. So yeah, I will see. By the way, I'm sure I showed this earlier. We've got this little thing that was left over from when I was trying to find a place to put the the passenger train terminal. I have no idea how to get rid of this. If you have experienced this before and you have an idea of how to get rid of it, please let me know. It's part of the reason why I got the developer mode, in hopes that I can figure out a way to remove it. But otherwise, I'm using it to keep the weather nice and, well, not weather, but yeah, it is the weather. The weather nice and steady. So I'll take my cinematics in autumn, and I'll probably spend the majority of my build time from now on in autumn, spring, and summer. I don't have to worry about snow anymore. Hopefully, at some point we'll deal with all of these, or all of these will go away. I really hope. If you might recall from the last video, I mentioned that this forest here is quite the disaster because we've got a lot of pollution, or air pollution, that comes out of here. Somebody left a comment that just immediately got me excited that called this place Poison Forest. And I love that so much. I think what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put a little district around here and actually call this Poison Forest. There we go. Poison Forest. It wasn't an official name that was given, but I liked it so much that I think that just has to stay. Then I had a viewer provide a couple of names for various places here, and I liked a couple of them, so I want to make use of the ones that I enjoyed the most, which one being Bedford. That they said this must be hillside, which I think makes perfect sense. And then Chestnut is lakeside, which I also think makes a lot of perfect sense. I love the name of the other places, so I'm keeping them for now, and if I do get a better name suggestions for them, then I will change them, but for now I'm keeping these the way they are. Otherwise, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps get the video out there. And if you've been here a while and you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please go ahead, give it a smash. It really means a lot. To all of my patrons and my YouTube members, thank you all so much for all the extra support that you show the channel. It is truly appreciated. Everybody, take it easy. Hope to see you all in the next one. Cheers!